Hey, this is Mr. Weisbot. I just want to talk a little bit about the observation part of the force model on a Hill lab, in particular using this table here. So in order to edit or add data to the table, let's say our manipulated variable is the mass, and so let's put the mass here in kilograms. It's always good to label stuff, so just do that. I think the cart without any mass weighs about 500 kilograms. Sorry, 0.5 kilograms, so 500 grams. With some mass bar, I think it weighs 1 kilogram. And with 2 mass bars, I think it weighs about 1.50 kilograms. Remember, you can measure those by putting the cart on the force plates at the back of the room. So once you get the mass, you want to measure the force. Your control variable is the gravity, the angle, etc. So let's just say this is not trial 1 data, this is force in force sensor in newtons versus mass of cart in kilograms. So let's pretend here I have trial 1 data, trial 2 data, trial 1, trial 2, trial 3. Let's say the force is 0.75 newtons, 0.70 newtons, 0.80 newtons. Let's say this is 1.1, 1.05, 1.15. Let's say this is 1.3, 1.25, 1.35. Just making up data there, but I'm reading the force off the force sensor for each of these masses at a given angle, and I'm doing this 3 times. I've labeled my chart, and I've put the forces, or I've labeled some of the content. So if plus done, you've got your table now. This plot here is pretty worthless. I think I actually might delete it, but you want to put in a plot here. So click this plus button. I'm going to put in a chart. The kind of chart you would like to do is a scatter. In other words, you want to see your data without any lines on it, and I'll show you how you're going to get lines in a second. The chart is going to be called the force versus mass chart. Let's include a line of best fit because I want to see how my data fits up. My x-axis is my mass in kilograms. It comes from my table. I'll show you that in a second. This is the force in newtons. And then the trick is you've got this graph here. You don't need to do anything with that. You don't need to set min and max. It'll be fine. You want to go down here and say for your set 1 label, this is your trial 1 data. And I'm going to go grab the data in this table, and here's how I do that. So click this button here. I'm setting my x value. My x value, remember, is my manipulated variable, which is my mass. So how did I do that again? I click this column. I want the column of data. And then I click here and click insert data. Notice that that's going to put 0.51, 1.5. That's the mass column here. And that's my x values. That's my mass. Then I'm going to click my y value, go here. I'm doing trial 1. Click in this column here. Select that column. Insert my data. Notice that I get a line here. Pretty cool. And then if I click here, I can add a data set. This is going to be trial 2. And I go through these steps again. For my x value, I want the mass. Insert the data for the mass. For my y value, I want trial 2 in this case. Select trial 2, insert that data, boom. Notice that I've got that data here as well. And then if I want to do my trial 3 data set, I go here. Select the table. I haven't been going over this. It's been defaulting to that original table, but if you have more tables in your web tool, you can grab that other table, and then I do trial 3, the column for trial 3, insert. Oops. I want the mass column first. That's my x-axis. Insert that data. And then go here, trial 3, insert that data. Boom. Alright. So you should see something like this. Click done. You get a nice looking graph. And then you can move to the next step. So that's really briefly in 5 minutes how to do your observation. For if your manipulated variable is the angle, this would be your angle in degrees, and then these would be your forces. Hope that helps, and I think we can probably just delete this one. Actually, maybe I'll delete this one so it's gone from all of our templates. Thanks for listening.